Hello folks, welcome to OTD, also known as On the Deck, where you can get all the sports you need in 10 minutes. My name is Adam Arduna. This is my mom, Gina.
He's the journalist.
She's the enthusiast.
I am not only enthusiastic, I'm excited. First of all, it's Friday.
Yes,
it's our Friends Friday, and we have one of my favorite people ever on the set today.
We do have a special friend, and we have Jack Pauley here. He is an amazing person. We're really happy to have him on the show. Thank you for joining us today on OTD.
You're a first ever friend on the deck.
First ever friend, and we are celebrating Friends Friday, and so we want to thank you. You are a amazing baseball player.
Amazing.
You're an outfielder for the Northern Colorado baseball team, the Bears, correct? And you had an amazing season, and I'm really happy for what you did this year. We were hoping that you might be able to get into the College World Series, but hey, you guys have next year, and you're right on the cusp.
Can I brag on him just a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Jack and his team took the Northern Colorado Bears further in their WAC tournament than they had ever gone in history.
Yes.
Took down the #1 seed, took down the #5 seed as well.
Yep.
Jack hit a double in every game that he played in. This is my dude.
Yeah.
Like, you guys know,
Just a couple statistics on this man right here. 54 games. You appeared in 54 games, almost every game this year, or every game this year.
Yeah.
You led the team in batting average. That's correct. You had an amazing year. Second team all conference.
Thank you.
You have accolades for days, and so you are a baseball guy. Clearly, we want to talk about the majors a little bit. Okay, we've got all the stuff that happened over this last week on Memorial Day with Bryce Harper and Hunter Strickland. Do you think that this feud is a huge trend for what baseball has been going through for a long time? Pitchers getting upset with batters or certain players and them targeting the batters. Have you been hit before, and how do you handle this? What do you think needs to go on with the MLB right now?
Yeah, actually, first of all, I'm really, really glad to be here.
Cool. Hey, you know,
just
it's
remember
awesome.
us when you get that MLB contract.
When you're in the majors, we're going to be saying, hey, we had him first.
I'd be lying if I said that I didn't see you guys pop up on my phone and plug in my headphones during class a couple of times.
Hey,
Not during class.
Right. Hey, he's doing his homework, all right?
That's right.
But, no, yeah, I'm very glad to be here. But, yeah, on Bryce Harper and Hunter Strickland, it is interesting because you see it more and more, especially with pitchers throwing harder.
Right.
I have gotten hit a couple times on purpose or not. I'm not like 100% sure, but I've never been a huge fan of it. It's just kind of, I don't know, especially when you get up past like high school, especially.
It hurts,
You
right?
should be, yeah, it hurts, and you should be able to have, I get it, sometimes it happens when it gets away from you, it does, but sometimes you gotta just, come on, it can end the season. It can end a career.
Where did you get hit? I actually saw one game where you got hit, and you stared down that pitcher. I was like, oh please, Jack's gonna get you.
Do you feel like charging the mound like Bryce did, or it's only natural, right?
Yeah, it's different. When you get paid that much money, obviously you're gonna want to charge. But yeah, no, I've gotten hit pretty much all over. From like I got hit in the head in junior college ball to like to in the legs, like ribs.
That tells you about baseball.
Okay, I gotta say,
it's a very hard sport.
If you hit me with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, me and that bat are coming up. What happens why don't people charge the mound with the bat? Are you gonna get in big trouble for that?
Yeah, we'll see.
I just had to know.
For our team, you don't only get suspended for that game, but I think it's the following 2 games. So it's like almost missing the majority of the series, and you don't want to lose out on that.
Okay,
so that kind of, yeah.
Well, do you think the MLB needs to do more suspensions when it comes to the pitchers, or do you think it just falls on the batter that got hit?
See, yeah, I do. I do think that something needs to be done on the pitching end, just because they have the most control. Like, batters can't do really anything to defend themselves besides try to get out of the way. But when it's coming 99 miles an hour, like, it's really, really tough.
Sure.
So I think that, it does need to fall a little bit heavier on the pitching side of it.
I know you've got some things that you want to talk about when it comes to the extra innings in baseball. You've talked about how the games are too long, and this season has been. Well, we just had an episode where we talked about what's wrong with baseball right now, and the season has been kind of a dud a little bit. It's been kind of an average year for MLB, and so with that, you've got the season just dragging on, and part of that's due to the games and the extra innings. what are your thoughts about asking Jack about how this works out here?
Well, here's my thing. Here's what I said, Jack. And I feel like this. I feel like there are great years for baseball and then there's mediocre years. And that's kind of what I feel like we're having right now. And at the beginning of the season, I know the commissioner was talking about what to do with overtime because you've had some games that are 14 innings long. The Royals just had a 13-inning game, I guess it was about a month ago. But people are starting to lose interest. It gets boring, and you're in a 1-1 tie in the bottom of the 13th. Mm-hmm. So my issue is, do they need to just say, okay, some games end in a tie, or do they need to say, okay, after the 12th inning, we're going to do like what is it when they do in the All-Star game and they just throw the slow pitch down the middle of home run derby, you know what I mean?
home run derby
or
put a guy on second base and then an advanced runner. Yeah, extra innings is really the big question. You know, do they just go, hey, after 3 innings, after the 9th, we just call it, or what are your thoughts on how they should try to handle that?
And does that happen with you? Because I think college baseball to me is more exciting. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's more competitive. I do.
Sure.
But what do you think?
See, standing in right field, obviously, for what we had to do back-to-back 13-inning games this year is not always the most fun thing to do, especially in Texas, like in the beginning of summer.
Yeah,
so
it's hot. Right.
So for the fans, it's not exciting.
Sure.
When it's low scoring. For the players, it's not too fun to be out there. It's just, I think something does need to be done. Not a huge fan of a guy at second. I just think that's
maybe doing too much.
Luck.
Yeah, you're going to throw him out anyways.
I think that's a little too much, but maybe especially if you have a day game after a night game, especially, I think maybe it does in a tie.
That's a good point. Sure,
it's just sometimes it's too long.
Yeah.
And didn't baseball used to end in ties, or am I making that up?
I think maybe a long ways back, but I think they're just trying to make sure that the games do end in some resolution. But I think there's a lot of room for development when it comes to the extra innings and the extended times. But that's that's up for debate right now, and so. As we are getting close here to the end of the show, what are your thoughts on the NBA Finals? As you are a sports fan, and we know that you were a 3-sport athlete in high school, as far as this NBA Finals, as we're kind of switching up on you, who do you have, and what do you think is going to take place in this year's Finals between the Cavs and the Warriors?
I think it'll be really exciting. Not too big of an NBA follower as much as I am baseball and football, but I do love LeBron. I think he just kind of gets over, he's the greatest player that's playing right now in my opinion, and just
definitely
people kind of take him for granted.
But hey, Jack, get out. I'm joking.
Sorry.
It's okay. Keep going. Sorry, I'll sit over here. You go ahead.
Let him answer.
I Sorry. LeBron opinion.
That's all right. That's good.
But no, I just think that I think he can do it. I think I want to see it go all 7, but but that would be my prediction, and I just kind of hope it goes to 7, and I got the Cavs.
Okay, that's a really good prediction.
I know you're
nice. That's a good.
So what did you have? For reminder.
I actually had Game 7, Warriors. It will be back in Oracle for Game 7, so I think that's where they will finish the job.
Yep. And luckily for you both, I'm here, and I'm calling it Cavs. No. Dubs in 6. Thank you very much.
Well, it's going to be awesome, and so again, we are really happy that you came and joined us today. We got one real good question. All right,
let's go fast. We can do it.
Okay, all right. We got our quick fire here. Okay, walk-up song for you. What is that?
It is "I'm a Tell" by Tech 9. I kind of wanted to keep it.
KC,
that's right. That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Okay, so 3-sport athletes or specializing. What do you think?
I'd say go as many sports as you can, for sure.
That's awesome. All right, Tim Tebow, what are your thoughts on him? Do you like him? Is he good for the sport? Yay or nay?
Loved him as a football player, not a fan as a baseball player.
Ooh, so you're right. Most important question of the show. Kit Kat or Snickers?
I am going to go Snickers. It's more filling.
Snickers.
Okay, you're back in the family.
Protein
you're back in the family.
He's an athlete. He understands the process. Well, Jack, we want to say thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm going to reach across and shake your hand.
It's a pleasure, sir. Thank you again.
And thanks for watching.
Yes, we appreciate the support.
We're huge fans.
Yes.
I mean, huge fans.
Hey, we will see him in the major leagues.
Yes, you will.
He led his team to a great season this year. Northern Colorado outfielder Jack Pauley.
Number 9, right?
8.
Number 8. Okay, number 8. We want to say thank you, folks. We appreciate your time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page. We'll see you again, folks.